Hey guys, so it's Dom here, and I just want to say that throughout this build I actually did have a bit of difficulty, which is that the bike wouldn't start and I just couldn't figure out what it was. So it took a little bit of exploring and finding out what was actually wrong with it, which so I thought that it was the carburetor's flooding, and I pretty much took off this petrol tank here, took out the air filter, let it sit for a day, took out the spark plugs, and yeah, after that day it just wouldn't work, and then that day turned into a week. Then there was a public holiday, so it became probably 2 or 3 weeks before I actually got the spark plugs for it, and that's what it turned out to be the problem. I've got this engine starter spray down there which I've been using. It's like some sort of alcohol mix, and apparently that's supposed to do the trick, but with those burnt out spark plugs it didn't actually work. And just something I wanted to say about this paint here is that it hasn't actually been the greatest. So I sprayed it on, let it dry off, which took like over a day, and I found that it chips really easily. So when I put on this panel here, see, it chipped the panel below it, because the other panel has to go underneath it. And I thought the solution would be to get some clear coat to like cover it, protect it, but the clear coat didn't even work. So yeah, what happened with the clear coat is it actually started to melt the paint, and what I did is I used the lower panels. I should have done it on the smallest panel, but I've used some wax and grease remover, which again is some sort of alcohol mix, and that just melted away at the paint, and that's what happened to the lower fairing at the bottom. So yeah, these are unprotected, they scrape real easily, but that's what happens when you buy $15 worth of spray paint instead of $100 worth of real acrylic paint, you know, like almost 2K paint, like when you get in cars. I was going to paint it the same color as my Nissan, I already said that, so yep. So just with one of the rear panels, when I went to paint it white, I didn't actually clean the primer properly, and it left a bit of a mark in it. So I'll show you in a second when I put on the macro lens what those little marks and things look like. So this has been a fun build, and next up, I'm not the best rider, so I'll be using this bike to practice, and that's all.